What is up, guys? Today we've got the wagon here in the garage, and we've got some pretty extensive work that needs to be done in a very short amount of time. So today we're going to do rear shocks, rear springs, we're going to do brand new rear shocks, a new windshield wiper, and we're going to put on the ski racks because it is December 9th now, it is snowing, time to get this thing ready for the winter. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so here in the trunk we've got two packages, one from FCP, another from Turner Motorsports. So from FCP we've got brand new Sachs OE shocks, as well as all of the mounting hardware needed to get these put on. And we've got brand new aftermarket springs made specifically for the XI wagon from Turner Motorsports. We've also got the ski racks and some other parts back there. So let's get this thing unloaded and get started. Boom. Our TMS E46 XIR springs. Oh, yes. Okay, now that we've got all our parts, let's go ahead and put this stuff in. So for those who don't know, doing these shock mounts on the wagon is about 10 times harder than doing them on a sedan or coupe, because you essentially have to remove the entire rear interior just to get to the shock mount. So that's over half the battle doing these, and I'm just going to kind of fly through this. I'm following a tutorial from FCP Euro that I'll link down in the description. I'm just going to try and tear through this as fast as I can, and then we'll go from there. Okay, we're here in the back. Got pretty much everything taken out. We just need to pull back this sound deadening. And there we go. There's our strut mount. So 13 millimeter to take those off. Okay. Got the driver's side all taken apart. Got the strut mount nuts taken off. So now all we need to do is jack this car up and take out the 18 millimeter bolts on both sides to get the shocks out. Well, yeah, you can kind of see these things are cooked. These springs actually look fine. These have a tendency to crack and break, but these actually look pretty good. So, I mean, we're gonna replace them anyway because we're here, but yeah, so let's do it. Alright, let's assemble these new shocks. Non-exception. Everybody's either crime related or sexual. I'd rather be broken, have a whole lot of respect. I'd rather be broken, have a whole lot of respect. So you guys can follow along. You got your strut, dust boot with the ribs up to the top, bump stop, ribs to the bottom. And then dust cap goes up and over the bottom rib of the bump stop. Next, you're gonna go with the larger top hat facing down over the bump stop. And then you're gonna do your strut mount. And then your smaller top hat face up. And then the nut back on top. And then vice grip the top with a 17mm wrench. There you go, new strut. So these already have a gasket on top, so just make sure that you take your gasket out of the body in case it's still there. Alright, we're gonna see if we can pull the spring out. Everybody's either crime related or sexual. I'd rather be broken out for a whole lot of respect. I'd rather be broken out for a whole lot of respect. Non-conceptual, non-exception. Everybody's either crime related or sexual. So on the right we have the new Turner springs. On the left we have the originals. They're getting crusty, not too bad, but we've got them, so we're gonna replace them. I just cleaned off the rubber pads. I should have bought new ones. You can see this bottom one is getting pretty cooked, but it was an afterthought, so this is what I have to work with. So that's the bottom, this is the top, and we'll go ahead and throw these in. Okay, let go. It's in there? Yeah, I think so. So to get this spring in, stick the pad up the top and then put the top of the spring in, and then stick the pad in the bottom of the spring, push down on the rotor, and then you'll be able to slide that bottom pad over the nub and the control arm. Okay, so to put the shock in, you're gonna wanna have this square side facing towards the inside of the car. And then you're gonna take your bolt, slide that through.
Bistro Beats.
Alright, so it's getting to be pretty late. I kind of just want to get this done, so I'm just gonna put you on time lapse here, get everything finished up, interior I'll put back in, and then I'll check in later. Alright, so it's currently 1:30 a.m. Started at 7:30, so it's been a little while, but we got everything put back together. The only thing that needs to go back is the speaker covers, and I cleaned them out. I'm gonna let them dry out overnight, and then I'll snap them back in. I'm gonna call it for the night. We're gonna move the car outside, and then tomorrow we'll put on the ski racks and we'll put on the windshield wipers, and then we'll be good. I'm excited to see how these new shocks and springs actually feel and how they work. I'm gonna call it a night. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, it's the next morning. Probably should have just toughed it out and gotten the racks and the wiper blade on last night in the garage because we got a lot of snow overnight. So Gonna have to try and clear this off. Gonna try and use the old leaf blower. We'll get these racks and wiper blade on. Let's get these racks on. All right, we get the racks on. Let's get this wiper blade on. All right, new driver wiper blade on. All right. Skis and snowboard in there perfectly. We're looking good. All right, I guess I'll take this thing out for a drive, see how it does. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next one.